VPN providers are scamming you. They commonly make fake claims about protecting your information, even though most of them sell your information and are working with corporations and governments. Yes, I know, surprising, all right? We're gonna be exploiting them today and going over what VPNs actually are, how you're supposed to do it, and what VPN providers are not telling you, and you can read between the lines and look at their audits to see exactly how they're exploiting you, all right? We're gonna focus on the 4 biggest VPN providers: NordVPN, ExpressVPN, Private VPN, and Proton VPN, but this is applicable to all VPN providers. Today's episode is brought to you by ourselves, Rootkit. We're a nonprofit registered here in the US of A. Our mission is to certify and educate individuals in the computer science space, so you don't have to go to college. You can get educated, certified through us, and then get a job, because colleges are a scam. And anyone that's gone to college knows they were just straight up scammed, all right? It is not worth the money at all. You will be in debt, you will be a slave to the system, and you will never make that money back until several decades later, when we're talking about averages, all right? Some of you guys got a sugar daddy, all right? Hey, send your sugar daddy over this way, please. Please, pretty please. I need myself a sugar daddy. Or a sugar mama. Don't tell my wife. So let's talk about how VPNs, and I guess we should start with how your normal traffic works. You see this little lock icon on your browser? That means you are securely going to a website. You're not using a VPN, you'll have that. You are using a VPN, you'll have that. What does it mean? All of your data is encrypted already. Guess what? It's military grade encryption. It is the creme de la creme, the best of the best, is already being used. So when you send your data from your computer over to Google, because you want to go to google.com, so you traverse the internet waves and then you connect to Google. It's all encrypted. They can see you're sending data. They can see you're trying to go to Google, but no one can see that data because it's all encrypted. Only Google can. And when Google is done fulfilling your request, they're going to send it back, and it's going to be going through the same internet wave, and then it's going to arrive back on your computer. I like to give the analogy of your warehouse and Google's a warehouse, and you're sending a box truck, but the box truck is your secret message to Google, and you close the box truck, put a padlock on it, except the box truck is made out of glass, but no ordinary glass, military grade funhouse glass. I know, some fun stuff right there. So when anyone tries to look in the box truck, you can't open it because it's locked, so you have to look through the funhouse glass, but the funhouse glass distorts everything inside. It makes it unreadable. What happens with a VPN is, before I say that, what if I told you, I want you to send all of your data to me, all right? Why? Because I'm cool. Send it to me, but not only that, I want you to pay me too. So send all your data to me and pay me, and I'll still send your data out as it needs. Don't worry, I won't look at it. I'll have a no log policy. Don't worry about that. Would you trust me? No? Would you not trust me? Well, that's what VPNs are doing. VPN providers are just entities that have stood up some servers, and you are willingly throwing all your data through their computers and then sending it to where you want it to go. So potentially hundreds and hundreds of people are all funneling their data to one little server, and then that server is communicating out. The only catch is, to make you feel good, let's go back to the box truck analogy. When you are sending your message in your little box truck, instead of just one pane of funhouse glass, they're going to put up 2, but only when you talk from your house or your computer to the VPN server, right? You're going to send your data, still locked in the back. Only person that can unlock that is who you're trying to send your data to. But when it arrives to, let's say, NordVPN servers, they're going to look at that box truck and they'll be like, this guy's an idiot. They're going to tear off the second pane of glass, all right, of that funhouse glass. So you're just left with your original data that you were sending out. Then they're going to send it off to whoever you're trying to communicate to, which is essentially sending all your data as if you were sending it yourself. Or they might do some things like, for example, if someone was looking at all these trucks moving along, it would look like one of the VPN trucks going out to Google and then coming back. But guess what? You have no extra encryption. It's as if you were just connecting directly to google.com, except your IP is kind of obfuscated, not really, because I can see you're sending all your data to the VPN provider. And then I can see the VPN provider is sending it all to google.com. The big crazy thing about it is that google.com still knows you are you. When you go to YouTube, Netflix still knows you are you because you're still logging in. So all you're doing is you're making a list for these companies of all the IP addresses you're known to associate with. All right? You're not hiding from anyone. They still know who you are. Even better, you're setting yourself up for a man-in-the-middle attack. What's that? Don't worry about that yet. We're going to get to it. Don't worry. But let's first look at some of these sites. All right, we're going to go over these 4 sites here, and we're going to show how they're just straight up lying to you. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these info boxes. Right here, this is a great one. We see it right off the bat. They say that everything is through an encrypted traffic, and nobody can see through the tunnel. Everyone can see through the tunnel. All right? It's just normal data over the wire, and it's only doubly encrypted for that first little section when you talk to their servers. After that, it's just normal traffic. You're not hidden. You're not undetectable. You're still there, as obvious as ever. And the best part is your data is already encrypted by default. Everything else is just normal traffic. Once it leaves their server and goes to google.com, that's just normal traffic. The tunnel refers to you sending your data to them, not from them sending their data to wherever you want to actually connect to. So that's just a straight up lie. And you're gonna see there's lots more of these lies everywhere. So ExpressVPN, I love this graphic they have on their site. It's even better. I just explained to you that what you're doing with the VPN provider is your data is being sent to their servers, all right? You're trusting them with everything you have. And it's going to them, and then after it goes to them, it goes to the server, all right, that you're trying to contact, aka like google.com. It tries to go there. You are traversing the internet this whole time, but by default, everything is encrypted already. But I told you, anyone can look at these boxes. They can see where your traffic is going. This beautiful graphic right here does not highlight that you're sending all of your data to ExpressVPN. It just says that it's going magically to the internet. Woo! Cool. It does not protect you, all right? You are not protected. This is not a cure-all remedy. This is straight up more lies. Let's go to the next one, shall we? Private VPN. They boast that you can be undetectable. Oh, really? With security features of a VPN, like military-grade encryption that shields you, from governments and hackers. That's a lie. They are straight up lying to you about what VPNs do. You are not undetectable. I can see everything you are doing. If you connect to Google, they can see everything you're doing. They know you're a part of a VPN. They've logged that in their systems. Connecting to Netflix, they know what you're doing. They have you logged. All right? You're not fooling anyone. And the military grade, everything's military grade encryption. All right? It's already that by default. That's like me telling you this is, I don't know, brown. But then I want to sell it to you and I tell you it's a very, very special type of brown. All right? It's brown! This last one's very special. Proton. Proton has a name out there, at least for people that think they're security focused, all right? That it's secure. It's better than the rest. Guess what? They are not. They're just as bad as everyone else. They have an audit that's easily accessible that will reveal it. So let's look at their site, shall we? Right off the bat, you see this thing, high-speed Swiss VPN, as if Swiss means anything. When I tell you it's American VPN or a Mexican VPN or a Chinese VPN, does that just make you think that it's just better? Is Swiss supposed to mean that apparently they live at a higher standard? Well, guess what? They don't. They're just like everyone else. They're not special, all right? This is all marketing jazz. But wait, it gets better. Let's scroll down on the site. Freedom, privacy, security, some really big buzzwords right there. Should really set off your flags, or your red flags, gosh. So it says here that they're Swiss-based, all right? It's specifically, we are headquarters in Switzerland, which has some of the world's strongest privacy laws. Great. You know who else has some of the world's strongest privacy laws? The United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, generally all of the European Union. That means absolutely nothing, but it makes you think that you're getting more than what you're actually getting, because in reality, the privacy laws, if you look them up, don't apply to you unless you're a Swiss citizen. Same with every single country. You only have privacy rights in the country you belong to. If you are sending your data to another country, guess what? You have no rights. That country can willingly spy on you all they want because you're not a citizen of the country. They don't give a damn about you. I don't care whether they're Swiss or not. They don't care whether you're a part of Ukraine, Iraq, Brazil. They don't care. You're not them, so you don't get protection. The greatest little part here is the second part, where Switzerland is also outside of the EU and US jurisdiction. Yeah, it is. That doesn't mean anything. It goes on and says, and is not a member of the 14 Eyes surveillance network. Guess what? So what? You're just stating things like, the world is round. The ocean has water in it. That is great. That doesn't make your service more secure. Oh my God. Let's go even more, because they actually have their independent audit available for you to browse. So let's go ahead and take a look at it and see the deception that these VPN providers use. We'll link it in the description for all of you guys to be able to view, all right? Now, let's read this first thing here. Does Proton VPN log the metadata about the activity on the VPN server, such as DNS traffic? Proton does not log data related to the DNS traffic or metadata on the VPN servers. Oddly specific. Now, to the untrained eye, this might seem normal. But it's a little weird here that they're not just saying that Proton VPN in general is not doing this. No. They are saying that the VPN server, the one that's dedicated to be for the VPN server, will not do that. But they don't have to just run a VPN server in their environment. They can have multiple different servers running. But the VPN server itself will not do the logging. That's the catch. All right, that's the gotcha that they have, is they're telling you the truth, but one specific part of the truth. Not that dumb. They could have easily changed the verbiage here to say that Proton VPN is not doing that, but that is a lie. Proton VPN is doing it. They're just not doing it on their VPN server. But even better than that is the man in the middle. Riddle me this. You're a government agency, all right? Let's say you have a small loan of $10 million, all right? That's given to you, and you need to go find some cyber criminals. How do you best utilize that $10 million? Will you just spend that money on trying to track down and hack a bunch of different individuals and see their network? You know, that's a lot of different people that you have to go after. You have to choose wisely all those individuals. You know, it's a lot of work and effort. Or what if I told you that you could just hack one machine and get access to lots of people's data? Or not even better than that, you could hit up some of these companies and just tell them, hey, we're going to sit right here beside you. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to look. We're going to watch. And guess what? Now you can see everything. Everyone is consolidating their data to one place. Sure, you might say there's thousands of servers everywhere. Okay, if I hack one server, I'm most likely able to hack all of them with the exact same exploit. Now I can view all of the data on that server and on all servers, because I can just keep rerunning it. You can just run a basic cost benefit analysis to see what is the best way to use your money to get the most cyber criminals out from the streets. Because guess what? If you're using a VPN, a lot of criminals are using the VPNs also. They're also in the stupid camp for using them because they're not really getting protected. They're just helping themselves get caught most of the time. Now, there are legit uses for VPNs. I use a VPN all the time, but differently than how you guys utilize them. We utilize a VPN to access resources. This is what VPNs were actually made to be used for. So, for example, remote work. We're all very familiar with remote work, right? Well, remote work is awesome. But if you have private internal resources to your company that you don't want public, they'll have public websites that are exposed to the outside world, how do you give that employee access? You use a VPN. VPNs are a nice way to conveniently emulate or act if someone who's not physically at the premise is physically there and has access to the internal resources that are available. That is the cool, awesome thing about VPNs. It's not meant to be a proxy server, which is how most of these companies are selling and pitching you VPNs. They're pitching you as proxy servers. The real reason why these VPNs are doubly encrypted at first when you're communicating to the VPN server is because you're not really supposed to communicate out from the VPN server. You're supposed to just keep it between you talking to the VPN server, which is talking to internal closed resources, and then going back to you, because it's hiding the different devices that are inside of that virtual private network. Those internal resources that you're not close to, you're remotely logging in and getting access to them because you don't want to give away the internal infrastructure of your company. So that's what VPNs are used for. But when you start going out to the open internet, it doesn't help you at all. It's not meant for that. You're losing all of the advantages that you had. This is important to know, especially if you're a journalist or doing things in a country that may make you a little bye-bye if you aren't doing things they like. But if you're using these providers, you're going to be potentially, because you're not hiding, all right? They can see what you're doing. The proper way to go about it is you have a VPN set up and you will log everything to that VPN. Someone else in another country will log into that VPN and grab data from the internal resources in it. Most of the pros that they're trying to sell you on are complete lies, all right? Do not give your money to these companies. Do not let yourself be scammed. The best thing about them that you could justify when you're accessing like Netflix or something in a different country and getting around the restrictions so you can see more videos or episodes. But don't be fooled on thinking your data is going to be more secure, more private, more anything. It is just a lie. And that's the end of the video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. We're a nonprofit. Donating is awesome. Becoming a Patreon member, a Discord premium member. If you have no money, that's fine. We love volunteers. Our champions are the best people in the world. We love them to death. We value that more than money. For more information, just join our Discord server. Check out our website. We'll probably drop a video about it later on. I'll see you guys on the next one.